everyone, welcome back to the Makisode YouTube channel. We're glad to have you here. How have you been? Okay, so quickly, we're just going to get into it. We want to show you how we made this kiddies top. We made it with a moss stitch. The moss stitch is a very popular stitch. Can be used for all kinds of projects. You can use it for blankets, you can use it for tops, you can use it for dresses. As we're going to show you, watch this video to the end, you're going to see some very beautiful projects which this stitch has made. All right, so are you new here? Are you new to our channel? You should totally subscribe. Every week, as much as possible, we bring you brand new videos on how we made one of our bespoke pieces, be it for kids, be it for men, be it for women, be it accessories, be it interior decor. We do all of that, and today is no exception. All right, so here goes. Now this is the moss stitch, right? I don't know if you know how to work the moss stitch, so I'm just going to do a demonstration of how the moss stitch is worked. Now in this case, for this particular top, we made two panels, the front panel and the back panel, before we joined it. You can see that the back panel has a gold color, just one, and then on the front panel we have this different mixes of color. That is why we call this top the autumn. All right, so let us just show you a quick demonstration of how the moss stitch is made. Hello, welcome back. All right, so for the moss stitch, here goes. I'm just going to do a very short demonstration of how this is worked. So essentially, since we're going to be working, I'm working panels, meaning I'm going to be working diagonally. I'm not working in the round. I'm going to be working chains. I just did a slip knot, so I'm going to be creating an even number of chains. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. All right, so I have 20 chains. Now I'm going to using this particular moss stitch is a single crochet moss stitch, right? That's what this is. So I'm going to be skipping, I'm going to be working a single crochet stitch into the fourth chain, so from the hook. So this is 1, that's 2 there, 3, and then 4. I'm going to turn around and work in the bottom loops. So I have this single crochet here, I chain 1, I'm going to skip 1 chain from the foundation, that chain right there. I'm going to skip that, and then I'm going to be walking into this one. So I put a single crochet stitch in there, and then I chain 1, right? I skip 1 stitch from the foundation chain row, and then a single crochet stitch in the next one, and then I chain 1, right? I'm going to do this all the way to the end, so I'll be skipping a stitch from the foundation row. I'm going to be putting a single crochet stitch into the next stitch, and then I'm going to be chaining 1. So I'm going to keep doing this all the way on to the end. So single crochet stitch, after skipping a chain, chain 1, skip chain, single crochet stitch into the next chain in the foundation row, chain 1, skip that, single crochet stitch into the next chain, chain 1. You notice that we're going to end with, see, after when I skip this particular stitch, I'm going to have to put in my last single crochet stitch into that part, into this chain right here. So this is my last single crochet stitch. So I'm going to chain 2 for the second row. I'm chaining 2. Now I'm going to be working single crochet stitches into the chain 1 space from the previous row. All right, so let's do this. So single crochet stitch in there, I chain, right, single crochet stitch into the chain 1 space from the previous row, chain 1, single crochet stitch into the chain 1 space from previous row, chain 1. So this is it, essentially what I'm doing. Single crochet into the chain 1 space from previous row, chain 1, right, single crochet stitch right there, and then I chain 1, single crochet stitch into the chain 1 space, right, and then chain 1, single crochet stitch into the chain 1 space, chain 1. Yeah, remember that those 3 chains that we skipped at the beginning of the previous row. We're going to put a single crochet stitch right there. So again, you chain 2 and turn your work and repeat. So single crochet stitch into the chain row, into the chain one space from previous row, chain one, and so on and so forth. Okay, now the importance of doing, now this thing here, this thing I'm holding right here could be your swatch, your swatch, part of the swatch. All right, so you use this to determine just how many stitches you're going to be needing for the entire, for your entire garment. Let's say this was, I'm going to be making this into a headband, so if I wanted it to be this wide, this is going to be my measurement. So here I have about 4.5 inches wide. So I know that 4.5 inches wide, I'm going to be needing, how many stitches do I get there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So I know 18 stitches is going to give me 4.5 inches. All right, so this works as a guide as to when you're making your actual garment, if you're using it to make a garment. So yeah, this works. So you work it up a bit so that you get to know how many rows would fit into the same probably 4.5 inches, so all of this you need to do it before you start working your garment. All right, so that's it essentially for the must stitch. All right, so we're back to our top, right? And I was saying that we made the two panels separately. So we started with this back panel being the fact that it's easy to just walk all the way up. So you we measure for this particular child, from his shoulder all the way to his waist region. We have about 16 inches. We worked with 16. So what we did was we worked the number of chains that is going to, if around the boy's, the child's body, we have about 20, say 25 inches around. All right, so you're going to be working 12.5 on one panel and 12.5 on the other panel. That's how this is going to work. All right, so we worked up, right, after determining the number of chains it will take to obtain about 12.5 inches. All right, so we walked all the way up, and then when we got to the where the armhole begins, right, we had to put a pause there and then create this arc. See that arc right there? We had to create this arc to give it that vest and t-shirt look, right, to make it really real. Okay, now the interesting thing about the must stitch is, depending on the hook size that you use, it's really airy. Children love to play, and but they need something airy, or even when they go around or go out or for anything, the kids always need something airy. And so the must stitch is really airy and easy to take care of essentially. So we work the back panel first, and then we work the front panel. So the front panel, as you can see, has all these different colors in it, right? We work the front panel except the edging. You can see the edging is done differently. So we work this up, and then because we wanted to do a V, we wanted to give it a V neckline. All right, when we walked up to a point, we started to reduce, to decrease the number of stitches all the way to the shoulder. All right, so this, if you do not know how to do this, you're going to have to put it down in the comment section, and then we'll walk you a video on how to create a V neckline, right, on a t-shirt. So after this part, what we did was that we worked the sleeves right there. We worked the sleeves. What we did was we the same must stitch. All right, there's a video on how to attach sleeves. All right, so you work with, we inserted our hook right there on this shoulder part. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then work increases to as wide as the bicep of the child, is how wide the child's bicep is, because that's one of the measurements you're going to take. Then when you get there, you stop increasing and then work normally. All right, so long as you've gotten to where this armpit is. Okay, so there's a video on how we work those, so I'm going to attach that in the description box below. And then finally, what we did was that we used the front post, back post technique to edge the neckline, the V neckline, as you can see, and then the base, we use the front post, back post technique to do that. So that's about it. It's a very simple tee to work. Like I said, this stitch is amazing. It is fast. You can make almost anything with it: blankets, tops, dresses, vests, and whatever you want to make. All right, so thank you so much for staying with us and watching this video. We hope that you like it. Let us know what other videos you might want us to show you how to do, and if you want a blow-by-blow account, meaning a crochet along, you can also let us know, and then we'll work that out. Bye for now.